Now it's time for the hitter and the pitcher of the week. And the hitter of the week was none other than Matt Holliday, who spent part of the week on the Toronto Bolts and the other part on the Nannies. Matt Holliday proceeded to bat .556 with 10 runs, 28 total bases, 3 walks. You know what, puta? How about Matt Holliday is the hitter of the week because he was on an NWO team. And you know what? Then what happened? We shipped them away. We shipped them because you know what? Those NWO players, they are too hot, SA. Everybody wants them. Everybody. Right. And the pitcher of the week was Cliff Lee of the McKinley Park Magmortars. He managed to have 2 quality starts. Both ended up getting the wins. He had a 1.69 ERA and a .81 WHIP with 8 Ks. The highlight here being that in those 2 games, he also managed to have absolutely no walks allowed. And now he's been shipped to Philly. So we'll see how he does in the new ballpark and in the National League. It should be interesting to see if he could continue being the dominant pitcher that he is. Now, like we mentioned, this is the playoff stretch run here, and it is currently going to be week 17, and we have 23 weeks before the playoffs start. So you still got 7 weeks left, counting this week, to jockey for those playoff spots. Now, currently in the second Citizens Division, you still have the Legacy reigning supreme with a .591 win percentage, the best in the league. And fairly close behind him is the Toronto Bolts, 3 games back. Now, the trick here is third place is the Bucktown Thumbs. They are 20.5 games out of first. And obviously then they're 17.5 behind second. So realistically, they're not going to hope to reach first or second necessarily, but they can hope to hang on to that third spot and get in the playoffs. Now, right behind them is the Dirty Nannies, who are 8.5 games behind the Thumbs. Now, in last place in that division is the Hooligans, who are 16.5 games out of a playoff spot. So they've got a little miracle working to do, but the Nannies are in striking distance of the Thumbs. But if the Thumbs can hang on, they'll slide right into the playoffs and challenge either the Toronto Bolts or the Legacy in the first round. Now, in the denizens of the Shy division, the Sharpshooters are in first with a .586 win percentage, good for the second best record overall in the league. Behind them by 10 games is the Armenians. And in third place is the surging Pilsen Palateros. They are 21.5 games out of first, kind of similar to the Thumbs situation. But the big news here is they have scraped and clawed their way out of 5th place since they received the Don't Stop Believin' fantasy cookie. And now they find themselves in a playoff spot, fighting off the Chicago Magic team, who's been plummeting for weeks now. However, the Chicago Magic still are only 3 games out of that third spot. So the Palateros definitely have to keep up their winning ways, or they could find themselves in trouble. Not only that, but the Magmortars, who have been actually winning pretty recently, find themselves in last place, 3.5 games out of that third playoff spot. So the third playoff spot in the denizens of the Shy division is still heavily contested, and it is truly anyone's game.